Money can't buy happiness. That's what we're told, right? But the truth is, money can buy happiness, and it's only a half truth that money can't buy happiness. And I'll explain to you why. If you are in an underdeveloped country that has a lot of poverty, then money can indeed help your life a lot and help you with your happiness, right? And when you are constantly worried about your basic needs, food, shelter, clothing, you know, even as far as a stable place to live, economically speaking, a place to work, a way to provide income so that you can buy your necessities. I mean, all of these things take money, right? So once someone goes from a certain level of income and is able to break free from that, right, where they're able to start now providing those needs for themselves and their family, that's where your level of happiness begins to taper off, right? So in business, we like to refer to this as opportunity cost. And as far as happiness goes, it's the point at which no more amount of money or stuff will provide any additional happiness. Now, the question is, at what point does that exist? I would say even in developed countries, as a young person goes through life and starts a career and starts building their own life, um, that that as they start earning money, they are able to increase their happiness to a certain degree, right? Because as you can provide yourself an income and you're no longer only focused on your survival needs, you're able to expand your lifestyle a little bit, right? You can join a gym for your health and fitness, right? You're not struggling to provide food and water for your family. You can now focus on your physical attributes, your mental health. You can learn and grow. You can put information into your brain that can help you. Uh, it can help you as far as your mental health goes. It can help you as far as when, like personal development, right? If you are at a point where you are providing yourself enough income, where you have a car, a place to live, a house, you have clothes, and you're able to start eating good. It's not now just about surviving, but you can eat healthier foods, right? So you can eat healthier foods, you can practice personal development, you can be into health and fitness. For your mental well-being, you can participate in hobbies, sports, join clubs, social gatherings. All of those things increase your level of happiness to a point, right? So beyond that point, how much is your happiness increased with stuff? Does upgrading your car, does that provide a significantly higher level of happiness for you? Upgrading your boat, upgrading your house? It really doesn't. That's the point at which we lose sight of where happiness comes from. Because happiness is an internal state of mind. And it's a mindset in which you approach life. And it's very difficult to find happiness in things outside of yourself. But the truth is, happiness can only be found from within yourself and finding the right mindset around satisfaction and fulfillment. So, if accumulating more stuff isn't going to increase your happiness, why not use the extra money to achieve financial freedom? Instead of buying all the extra big stuff, why not try to achieve financial freedom? So, the average car payment in America is about $500. Now, that tells me you are paying for a lot of a car, because you could buy a cheaper car and have a payment closer to $250, $300. Now, that may not sound like a lot, but if you've interacted with any of my other content, you and understand the power of compounding interest, if you were to invest that money and have it grow for you, that could compound into a big fund, a lot of money, multi-millions of dollars by the time you retire. So, and why am I bringing this up? Well, there's one more level of happiness that you can reach with money. And it's kind of like a byproduct of being wise with your personal finances. And it comes to a point at which you are no longer having to work to earn your money. It's where you have been able to accumulate enough productive assets that your lifestyle can be paid for without you having to work. And why is that the next level of happiness? And that brings me to freedom. Freedom, complete and total freedom and control over your life. And not only is that a positive thing as far as health, fitness, personal development, your mental well-being, but it now allows you to focus on things outside of just you. It's no longer about you and what you're working to attain. Once you're financially free, you've hit the point where you don't have to do those things anymore. Now, for me, it's come down to how you can turn something that you are passionate about into a way to help other people. And I believe that is the next level of happiness, is when you can put your finances in up to a point where now your time, energy, and effort can be spent on helping other people, whether it's volunteer work, whether it's raising money for charitable causes. I mean, because you don't have to raise money for yourself anymore, right? You can do it for someone else now that needs that. Volunteering your time, because now your time isn't spent having to earn money for your lifestyle, right? Your time can be spent on helping other people. And that is where true happiness lies. If you were someone who desperately needed $1,000 and someone provided that $1,000 for you, you would be very happy. You would be, right? And that level of happiness can be measured based on neuroscience and how our body responds to events. Well, the person who provided the $1,000, the person who was able to take from their means and help someone else, their level of happiness is exponentially higher. There's a lot of research on that. And that's what's so amazing about understanding how money can provide happiness, but knowing that money in and of itself does not provide that happiness, right? It's a mental state, and it is a mindset in which you approach life, right? Because if you think about it like this, if you became financially free and you did nothing but just vacation the rest of your life, you probably wouldn't live very long. You probably get very depressed. And those are the types of people where you read about, you think they have it all, and then they commit suicide. And you're like, well, that proves it. Money doesn't buy happiness. And again, that is only a half truth. Because if you understand how money allows you to find happiness within yourself, then you have broken free from the system. then you are not only free here and here, but you're free from the material world, being financially free, where now your time can be spent serving humanity. I want to end with this thought. No matter where you're at on your journey, even if you are living in extreme poverty, having a mindset of gratitude, putting gratitude at the forefront of your life and your day, can eliminate the entitlement syndrome, eliminate all of those extra anxieties and feelings of not having enough and all of that. Because I have met people all over the world, poor people, indigenous tribe people who have to survive off of the land pretty much, like they don't have they don't have running water or toilets or anything like that, and their level of happiness is really high. It is. And they are very humble and grateful throughout all my interactions with them. And no matter where you're at, financially speaking, it doesn't matter, because you always have it better than someone else. There's 7 billion people in this world. So having a bit of perspective, having that perspective shift and living in a state of gratitude is the first step to changing your mental state when it comes to happiness. So I hope this video sort of gave you a different perspective when it comes to happiness and money, and maybe inspire you a little bit, because anyone in this country, in the United States of America, can achieve financial freedom in their lifetime. And it comes down to learning how to make that happen. And you can make that happen in this country. So I believe anyone who's interacting with this video, you can reach financial freedom at some point in your life and get to a point where you can serve other people and have a level of happiness you may have never experienced before.